Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here, and I've got the brand new Moto E4. Just came out today actually, and this is the Verizon model which is out, and it's $70, so a very inexpensive device. Gonna go ahead and open it up, give some first impressions on the device, show you what's in the box as well, and there will be an unlocked model that will come out, I believe June 30th, so pretty soon, and I will be doing a full review on this device in the near future as well. But let's open this up and check out what you get for $70 on Verizon's network. Now to begin, Moto E4 comes in this sort of flipbook style packaging. It is on Verizon's prepaid network. So let's open it on up. Moto E4, it's a 4G LTE device. In terms of, it comes with a 2800 milliamp hour battery, wall charger as well. Talk about some more specs in just a second so you can get an idea of what you would get for that $70. And you'll see I'm struggling a little bit to open this up. And I should be able to slide it out, and there we go. Set the box to the side, and here is the packaging. So you do have the device right here. Let's pop this out, and it looks like it just has a film cover right here, which you can quickly peel off if you'd like to. I'm going to power on the device at the moment, and it looks like it's not powering on, so I might need to charge it for a little bit, or potentially the battery is separate, which it is right there. So first up, looks like you've got some booklets, meet your phone, activate your phone, and some agreements as well. I'm going to set those to the side. And we have our AC power adapter right here. Looks like you have a charging cable as well, a micro USB charging cable. So still stuck on that micro USB train at the moment, especially with a more budget device. But now let's go ahead and take out this 2800 milliamp hour battery and pop it in the back of the device. So let's see if there's an easy way to actually pop the back cover off. So I'm just going to go ahead and peel it off from the back, and you'll see the casing does come off like so. Now let's go ahead, and this is where your SIM card's going to go, and you do have a micro SD card slot, which is nice to see, especially because it comes with 16 gigs of internal storage right out of the box. So now let's go ahead and snap that back on, and then power up the device. There we go. Should be good to go. Now let's talk about some of the hardware and more specs of this device. So the device is booted up on the start screen, but I want to talk about hardware for a second. So right out of the box, you do have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 425 processor coupled with 2 gigabytes of RAM. As I mentioned, 2800 milliamp hour battery along with 16 gigs of internal storage. On the back of the device, you have an 8 megapixel rear camera which shoots in 1080p quality. Down at the bottom of the device, you have your charging slot. You have a microphone as well. Over on the right side are the power and volume rockers, and it's worth noting that the power button has a bit of an extra texture on it to differentiate between the volume rockers, which I always like. Up on the left side, absolutely nothing. Up at the top of the device, a headphone jack, always great to see. Down at the bottom, you have your fingerprint scanner, and down at the bottom is a fingerprint scanner, great to have on a sub $100 device. And then you have your 5-inch 720p display, so not quite 1080p, 720p HD. And then up at the top, you have a 5 megapixel front-facing camera with an LED flash, so they call it a selfie flash that they have. Let's get into that device now. So I'm going to run through the setup and only talk about anything that is out of the ordinary. Now I'd like to go ahead and show off that fingerprint scanner. So let's go ahead and set it up. Get ready. You'll need to tap our finger on the device. So keep going, moving around in different parts. And then, of course, I will let you know how quick it is once I boot this device up. So fingerprint added, I can add another if I'd like to. Skip that for now. Fingerprint locks your phone, which is always nice. That's actually a nice little addition that Motorola adds. When you press and hold the home button, it will actually lock your device. And we are now good to go. So we are on the start screen, as you can see. As always in my unboxing videos, I want to jump into settings, scroll down, go to storage, and you'll see 6.53 gigs out of the 16 is used out of the box. That's without installing anything. I did sign into my Wi-Fi network. And you'll see it does have the on-screen buttons. You can actually customize those back home and recent. And you'll see the home button actually shows off that Google Assistant animation because, of course, you do have the Google Assistant on this device. Jumping into settings once more, scrolling down. It is on Android 7.1.1. So it is on the latest version of Android N, Android Nougat, which is always great to see. Hopefully they keep this device updated. So not only is it on the latest version of Android, it does have very similar stock Android features. So you'll see the swipe up app drawer, swipe over to get to Google Now cards as well. And even just the overall theme is very similar to that of stock vanilla Android, which personally I am a fan of. Now next up, I want to jump into the camera application and snap a couple quick pictures just to kind of show off. You'll see double tap the power button to open up the camera. You can also scan QR and barcodes through the camera app. So you'll see swiping over gets to those settings, but let's snap a couple pictures. 1, 2. So not bad in terms of shutter lag at all. So I'm going to go ahead and test this camera out a little bit more, give you a little bit more details in terms of my full review. Let's go ahead and test that fingerprint scanner. So with the display off, set my thumb down. See, it unlocks it. Let's go ahead and turn the display on, set my thumb down. Seems to be very quick and seems very accurate as well. That's always great to see. Next up, I want to go into the Moto app because there's some neat actions that you can do, including getting rid of these on-screen buttons to use more screen real estate. So if you turn that on, it uses your fingerprint scanner to actually go back and home. So you swipe from right to left to go back. So if I jumped into settings to give you an example, go to airplane mode and I swipe left, you'll see it went back and not all the way home. But if I just tap on it, it goes all the way home. And then left to right is those recent apps. So you can utilize that to actually get rid of those on-screen buttons if you'd like. However, that turns off the press and hold the fingerprint scanner to lock the screen. So it's kind of a trade-off there of which one you want. Next up, you have swipe to shrink screen. So turning that on, you press on the middle of the display and swipe down to a bottom left or bottom right-hand corner to actually shrink that screen to make it a little bit easier for one-handed use. And as you can see, you just tap out of it to exit out. And finally, you have Moto Display, so your screen automatically adjusts to warmer tones for better sleep, and then friendly notifications fade in and out while the screen is off. So it will kind of recognize when you pick up the device, and and if you have a notification, which I don't really know if I do. It looks like it's not really going to turn on just for the time being, but once a notification comes through, it will go ahead and give a quick sneak peek without necessarily turning the full display on. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about with the Moto E4. So as I said, very inexpensive device, pretty solid in terms of specs. The camera seemed okay. I'll need some more testing. Full review coming soon, so click that subscribe button. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.